Hi everyone, welcome to Dusty Shelf Collectibles. Just doing a quick review of this loco that I've just bought recently. It's a Q1. It's one of those locos that was created for austerity during the war, so it's complete function over any aesthetics. Some people love these, some people hate them. For me, I just love it because it's quirky. The model itself is a beautiful, beautiful model. It's one of Hornby's better ones. It's the super detail one. It's the weathered edition. I'll just read you the number. It's R2344A. So I thought what we'd do is just take this over. I'll show you around the box, show you what's inside, have a look at the loco, and then we'll just give it a little run around the layout. Now, I found this on the second-hand shelf in my local model shop, and quite frankly, couldn't resist it. I've not had one of these before, and having looked inside, I think it's beautifully detailed wagon. So as I say, it's a Hornby super detail. It's a weathered edition. I'll just show you the end here before we get inside. So it's R2344A. It's a BR060 class Q1 locomotive, and this one's numbered 33006. Now, before I go inside the box, let me just show you the catalogue from 2005. I'll just go to the page. I did mark it. Where is it? Right, and in here you'll notice we've got 2344A and B, and you'll notice in the catalogue, obviously this one's 33020 and this one's 33006. So they actually did two versions of the weathered Q1, one with the number that we've got here and one with the number shown in the catalogue, hence the A and the B, and the A and B on the box here. Now, the price list, I will zoom in on this and give you a close-up on it, but basically this was retailed in 2005 at £74.99. Now, the interesting thing is it was then carried over into 2006, so again in the catalogue you can see it here, and actually carried different numbers this time, so different eras, different numbers on the cabs. But there was a price increase, and again on here I'll zoom in on this, but it gone up to £79.99 the year after. Right, so let's have a look inside the box. A little packet of detailing bits and pieces on there, and obviously the front coupling is in there. And let me just lift the loco out. Now, these are, I think I said in the introduction, they are a Marmite loco. I mean, they're not particularly aesthetically pleasing, but they were, as I say, for austerity purposes, you know, function over looks during the war. Now, if I just show you the detail on here, it's absolutely beautifully put together, and little things like the, you know, that I guess it's an oiler or some sort on here with the mechanism. We'll see that running later. You'll see as the wheels go round, this all articulates. You've got all the piping under here, but inside the cab, look how beautifully done that is. And again, the piping down here. And as I say, these locos were 70 odd pounds new. They've actually gone down in price. I mean, there's various ones for sale, anywhere between £40 to £70 depending on their condition, and I think it's and actually, you know, if you can get past the fat looks of the loco as a model, I think it's absolutely fantastic. Really nicely executed. Let's have a look at the tender. I'll just slide this out very gently. And again, you can see on the tender here all the detail in the moulding. You've got the side doors on here, all of the brake runs underneath. Look how well that's finished on the side there. Lovely sprung buffers, and really beautiful finish. And I think the weathering actually is executed very well on these. Very impressed for a sort of factory finish weathering. So as I say, I couldn't resist. I thought this was really lovely put together model. So let's take it over, get some detailed shots, and I'll tell you a little bit about the Q1s. The Q1 class of locomotive were constructed during the Second World War, and hence are referred to as an austerity steam locomotive, which basically means they're built in a time of economic difficulties. and as you've seen with the loco, it prioritises function over style and decoration. The Q1 was designed by Oliver Bulleid for the Southern Railway and was used for intensive freight duties. A total of 40 locomotives were built in 1942. I personally love quirky looking engines, and I would suggest this has to be one of the most highly unusual designs out there. However, I did read with interest that this highly unique design represents arguably the pinnacle in development of the British freight engine, and it was capable of hauling trains that were usually allocated to much larger locomotives. I also wasn't aware and read that it had many nicknames, such as Ugly Duckling, Coffee Pots, Biscuit Tins, Biscuit Barrels, Clockworks and Frankensteins. So the Southern Railway was actually quite a strategic war asset, obviously with its locality on the southern coast to Europe. And the Southern Railway actually found itself inadequately equipped to handle the vast quantities of supplies and troops that were required for the war effort, and so a new low-cost, high-power, simple locomotive was required. Oliver Bulleid became the chief engineer of the Southern Railways in 1937 when Richard Mansell retired, and set about creating the Q1 using minimum number of raw materials. All of the superfluous features were removed. The motions and mechanisms were made simple, easy accessible for service, and the other briefs that followed this loco were it had to be very flexible for the routes, so capable of carrying all kinds of traffic, and had to have a very high tractive effort. So you'll notice on the model there's lots of pipes for cleaning the rails and dropping sand, etc. The Q1 became, up to this point, one of the most powerful locos, although it only weighed in at 90 tonnes. The first 20 locomotives were constructed at the Brighton Works and the remaining 20 at Ashford. They remained in service from 1942 right through until 1963, when the first was retired and the remaining fleet was retired over the next 4 years. The fact that an Austerity locomotive lasted that long in service is a testament to the quality of the design and its function. Only one of the locomotives of the class has survived into preservation. The fact that an Austerity locomotive lasted that long in service, I believe, is a real testament to the quality of the design and function of this loco. Only one of these made it into preservation. It's the first member of the class, number 3301, and has been preserved by the National Railway Museum. It's now on display in York, and it's been there since 2004. It ran on the Bluebell line from 1980 to 1983, and then again in 1992 to 2000, which was the last time that it was steamed. Well, I hope you'll agree that does look rather good going around the track. Obviously I paired it with some wagons which probably aren't the right period, but they're the only weathered ones I'd got, and I wanted to sort of carry on the look of the weathering through to the wagons behind. Beautiful runner, pulls away beautifully, as you've seen, you know, a lot of control at low speed. It's a fantastic model, and the weathering looks absolutely brilliant going around on the layout. And I would argue this is quite a lot of loco for the cost of these. The detailing on there is really well executed, and yeah, it just looks superb. Anyway, I thought I'd share that one with you. If you could like and subscribe, I'd be really grateful. You'd be doing me a massive favour and helping me out with growing the channel. And I'll leave that one there. Thank you ever so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.